Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it.
Sawana we anyo
Good evening, folks. Again, Samson told Libra Pub Radio. I want to thank all of you again for tuning out to Iberia tonight. We say thank you, thank you, thank you for everything. All we ask tonight is that you please share this video to as many brothers and sisters as possible, as we are about ready to discuss the historic seating of Liberia on the United Nations Security Council. I want to thank all of you again tonight for tuning into Liberia Radio. Please share this video, share it to as many people as possible, because it's very important that we do that, so that our brothers and sisters will be able to join us tonight, to be able to have a clear understanding of what we believe and what we think, so that they too will be able to participate. Share this video, share it to as many people as possible. Again, thank you very much for tuning in tonight. Safety, safety, Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again. We want to thank you for this wonderful, wonderful day that you are giving to us as Liberia. We want to thank you. We want to thank you for the effort, for the blessing, for everything you did in this endeavor for Liberia to gain a seat, non-permanent member seat, that is. But without you, nothing is possible. And we want to glorify you again tonight. We want to thank you for everything. My Lord, we come here again tonight. As we go on to have our show tonight, we ask for those brothers and sisters that are not happy tonight, for whatever reason, we ask that you bring happiness to them. Those brothers and sisters that are in pain tonight, my Lord, being the painkiller, come in, take complete control. We ask of you. My Lord, we ask that the Republic of Liberia be blessed, that the people of the Republic of Liberia be blessed, that the President of the Republic of Liberia, President Joseph Boakai, be blessed. My Lord, whatever he touches in the interest of the Liberian people, that indeed he will be blessed. And that also will be blessed. Whatever door he knocks, my Lord, open it in the interest of the Liberian people. Bless his hand, give him long life. We ask that you also bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Again, folks, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's very, very interesting. As I said here last night, that indeed Liberia was going to be given that opportunity, because Liberia's story is unique. It's unique in that coming from war, and I told you last night that many of the international community partners that are in Liberia were also watching and listening to the monitoring all of these platform that talks about this historic facts here tonight, and they also were reporting to their people that indeed Liberia is ready. Liberia is ready, and therefore they must not be denied. And these people were working hard, working the phone, and what have you. And indeed, we are now being blessed by giving this opportunity to be on the national UN Security Council, not members, that is. But we will get there. We will get there. I want to thank all of you again tonight. But let's go a little bit. Let me go a little bit inside of it. I was out here last night running my mouth, and I told you that if Christmas was going to be good, you look at the eve. I told you once this thing is settled, if these people have the ability, the same way, the same ability they use to organize us and be able to campaign on our behalf with all Liberians supporting, because they were not dividing. I told you that immediately after that, watch the dancing, watch the victory dancing, what legs they're going to carry. And then you will know that they are not serious. You will know that these people are not serious to unite us. When you watch the way the people dancing, the victory dance, you can tell that they are not serious to unite us. And we have to recognize that as Liberians. We must recognize that. We must recognize that and be able to stand out. Not because we hate them, not because we don't believe they can lead, but we must demand that if you're going to lead us through unity. You cannot divide us and then lead us. And you find it so difficult to bring us back together to work on a common goal. Because when we are united, I said last night, that when the unity in us, we are strong. We can do just about anything. But because we are divided, so the common interest, the commonality that we're supposed to have among us is divided. And they understood, and the politician knows that. They're very good at that. And immediately want to campaign, whatever position they're in, they reverse back to that divide issue without even fighting hard. Because this is how they know how to campaign. This is how they know how to lead. They will not lead us when we are united because they understand that with their corrupt behavior, that when they lead us as being united people, we will expose them. And they don't want that. I told you last night, I told you last night that indeed we will win the seat. God has given it to us, we will win. However, I said last night that watch the victory dance. From the victory dance, you will know what are these people. And this is a sad thing here. This is what is very sad about all of us as Liberians. This is the sad part of it. Sister Goya, join me and contribute tonight. This is a very serious matter. Don't stay back there and throw jabs here. Join me and disagree with me. Your voice is important when it comes to these kinds of issues, Sister. You're young, but you are one of the most intelligent young men around here. And whatever you say, they're very important. I don't have to agree with you, but you make sense. You know, I don't like the way you throw Sam Magari, but it doesn't matter. So join me. Rescue one, calling rescue two. The people say, I'm not say 10-4 anymore. So that rescue two gonna say 10-4. But let me go on, folks. I told you last night that the way these people will carry out the victory dancing will make you to understand that they will continue to divide us. When they were running the campaign, I skinned Liberians from all over the country to support them. They didn't say Nima, they didn't say Grand Jide, they didn't say Lofa County, they didn't say Mount Gibby, they didn't say how do you call it, Cape Mount. None of that stuff. They did not call no county. Everyone was Liberian. This is in the interest of Liberia. The campaign. Campaign's over. The victory is on hand. Let's see how the people dancing. What are the dancing tone that coming out of the victory here? I will read them. I will read them. I will read them. And this, for me, indicate to me that these people are not sincere. The ruling party, the opposition, they are not sincere. So Liberia, you have one or two choices from my perspective. You can either come together and force these people to work with us as united people, or let's remain divided, and whoever wins. And then Liberia becomes an elephant meat where people can't taste some, the other person can't taste some and move. Then other people can't taste some. The elephant meat will not finish. God will help us. But if you believe that this is about time, that we have these things together, then you're going to have to bring these people to book. I have few things also that I want to talk about. Okay. I was out here yesterday talking about diversity. And diversity doesn't mean diversify, you put this here, put it there, not necessarily. But when you come together with a different characteristic of people coming in, then it becomes very interesting. Let me bring in Rescue 2. Let me bring in Rescue 2. Let me bring in Rescue 2. Rescue 2, thank you for joining me. I
Yes.
said last night that if we are divided, it's difficult. So because of our characters, different character, these people, the organizer, the politician, they were able to pinpoint the smarter people among us and ask them to lead this campaign because they wanted to succeed. And the smarter people among us told the politicians, zip it. Don't criticize. Don't say anything. We will run it for you, but zip it. None of the politicians in the campaign season, nobody was cussing. Nobody was degrading. Everything where we were in this together, we're going to work this out together as Liberian, and we will succeed together as Liberian. Success is us now. Let's read some of the victory dancing. Some of the victory dancing. And then people all over the internet today has been of huge critics for this president because they say he left out some people. I told you last night that when you watch the victory dancing, you will know which way we're supposed to go and which way they will continue to lead us. Rescue 2, let me read these two passages and then I will bring you in, please, if you don't mind,
Yeah,
please.
go ahead.
Okay. Ah, but what kind of business is? Okay, man. You want to play a game? I will play with you. I got laptop. You don't want to cooperate? That's fine. That my phone myself making plan now. That the Chinese phone. I hate the Chinese phone business. I like Chinese phone business. So, but let me go on. Let me go on. Let me go on, folks. Let me read. First of all, let me read from the president remarked today, and I will read president remark. Then I'll also read the former vice president remark. Okay, and this is interesting. If I can find, okay, right here. Okay, yes. The president said, and I will read the entire thing. Hopefully, I will read it a total way, and I hope you can understand it. Today, we stand at the threshold of a new chapter in our nation's history. United Nations Security Council has honored us with a non-permanent seat for 2026-2027, recognizing our resilience, commitment to peace, and dedication to global cooperation. We extend our deeper gratitude to the to UN member state for their confidence. This is a movement of okay of honor and humility for our hundred and oh, I missed that other one. We extend our deeper blah 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 honor and humility for our 178 years old republic, Africa first independent nation, whose long and storied journey continue to inspire. And I'm doing good tonight reading, but I will do my best. Our election, I can read it when I on my phone, but if other phone I'm charging and they think way over there. So what y'all do to me? I told you I say I only got I even got GED. That y'all come and make noise, man. Yeah, big man. Let me hear my yeah. Okay. Our election is not just a national achievement. Good point right there. You know, if you were to be in a hall when that statement came out of him, you would say, yes, the puppy gonna nail it today. Our election, our election. No, nobody talking about corruption here, man. The corruption part of our life. That's what we do every day. Our election is not just a national achievement. it symbolizes Africa perseverance, my people. And it is tribute. It is a tribute, man. Forget it, folks. Mr. Collins, see, rescue two. Please rescue one. Here. Let's hear you while I try to put my stuff together. I gotta read from this thing. Let's hear you. But I can't read from that because I got my team. Amen.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a good thing, and we're happy that Liberia have won it. Clarence, you are, yeah. How you doing, man? And to everyone on the platform,
Yeah, rescue two is here.
we want to say hi.
Thank you, thank you. Let me screen and
Go ahead, baby.
continue to read a big man.
Yeah, go ahead,
No,
man.
oh, I see why. My reading glasses of 80 years old. It's on the other side. That's what I'm having problem for. I try to wear Alfonso then and Terry then no glasses. What's his name? Sissy then young people glasses. My 80-year-old glasses up there on the side. That's why I'm having problem. It's not because I don't know book. Of course, I don't know book. Book know me. But I know book. So let me see now. Oh, here we go. Mr. Toad. That's why you usually wear anyway. But anyhow, let's see. Let's see if the total English gonna change. Let me go on. So it says here, our election is not just a national achievement. It symbolizes Africa persevering, and it is a tribute to generation of Liberians who have held firm to freedom, self-governance, and global solidarity. From our role in the League of Nations and as a founding member of the United Nations to our contribution to African independence, Liberia has always punched above its weight on the global stage. We honor the memory of Ambassador Angie Brooks Rudolph, Africa's first female president of the United Nations of the UN General Assembly, whose call for substance over symbolism still echo. And we recall the foresight of President William R. Tubman Jr., who warned that global peace was impossible without Africa's freedom and justice. That was the date of the Namibia and all the. That time you were not even born, yes, sir. That time you were not born. You rescue two. You hear me? That time you were not born. You were born 1982. What 82? Did I say 82? Okay. You are not born that time. Whatever it is, you are not born. Anyway, we honor.
79. 79. I was born during the time all your trouble can start. All the trouble. The trouble you bring or that the year I was born.
You were born 1979.
Yes.
When
The
Samson
year
told
you
them
caused the trouble.
when Samson told them Bear Ballon, they used to soak the water of Monrovia. That the time you were born. Oh, Piggy. My son. I'm sorry, but you miss out. You miss Egypt. You don't see Egypt raw. That means you never went to dance to Egypt raw.
No, I used to go to Egypt.
But you were that was not Moga time.
Me and those children went to school together. Vanny Do, Ronald Do.
Forget people. I said that time that Moga was already in Rhode Island pushing cartoon.
But I used to go to Egypt. I have household.
When I'm talking about Egypt raw, I mean
The
Moga.
Egypt. Oh, okay.
You Moga, this Ironside, the guy that can be there with wheelchair and play bass. You saw Moga band? No. That time Moga was already in Rhode Island pushing cartoon. But let me read on. So you miss Egypt raw. Did you see? Do you see that? Were you able to? Were you in Montreal when what's his name? Prince Nico came to Egypt raw? No.
Yeah, I heard about Prince Nico.
When he came to Egypt, I said, "What I hear?" I say, "You okay."
Yeah.
What's about Anesta JJ when he came to Egypt raw? You don't see that one. Okay, what's about James Brown when he went and played at the Anthony Tottenham Stadium?
Wow.
You don't see, man, hey, man, begin. Yeah, man.
James Brown, a legendary musician.
Yeah, he played at the Anthony Tottenham Stadium. But at that time, one of my best pants I had on, I was jumping the fence. I didn't have money. I didn't have money. I didn't have money to go through it, so I jumped the fence. And then one of the fence wire grabbed my bed bottom and tore it. But
Wow.
anyway, that's life. But let me move on. Let me move on. But anyhow, look, Terry. I'm not even gonna read the whole thing right now. I'll just let it go. But basically, the part that I will read is this here. The president coming by. He said here, we stand on the shoulder. We stand on the shoulder of giants, including President Joseph Jenkins Robert, Edwin Barclay. You call Edwin Barclay? I thought they said that Edwin Barclay was the slave Mugu man again. Yeah, what Liberia? We're not so Edwin Barclay, William V.S. Tubman, William Aaron Tubman, and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who flew the flags of Liberia high on the international stage. Other icons of this democracy were enjoyed today. As well as countless of international stage, other international, as well as countless urging hero who kept our nation's spirit alive through adversity. This movement is the fruit of their labor and prayer. Now, let me see here. Let's see. There's another one we're reading here where the former vice president, G.L. Howard, you can go and look it up, came out and said, in other words, since you don't call my president, I will call my own president name. And came out and praised President Weah and went back to praise President Wakai and all of that. But Terry, my main thing here tonight is because I'm tired. I spoke well last night about this issue. That if the point that I made last night, and I still believe in that, is that Liberians, we do we do have the ability to be united. We have the smarter people among us that are quite aware and know the buttons of Liberian to push to bring us together. But look at the speed to which this whole thing was organized and carried out. Look at I don't know how much money they spend. I'm not even concerned about the money. But the human involvement, the political capital that these politicians spent to bring us together. CDC was on board. Unity Party, everyone was on board. Why can they not use the same ability to unite us and resolve issues? Simple issues like traffic congestion in Monrovia, misunderstanding, not trusting each other. If they were to go and approach just this simple issue, this traffic business in Monrovia, if they all come together and say, let's find a resolution to this traffic issue, Terry, I believe and I promise you it will be resolved. Not more than a week. Because they will be in the room like they did on this. The smarter people among us, I bet you they put them in the room, say, come up with a solution where Liberian opposition, position, whatever, but they will come together and agree with us and campaign. Put them in the room and they came up with a solution. That process is there. Why are they not able to use it to resolve many of these issues that are inflicting our people? And I argue this because they want to make sure that we are divided. Because when we are divided, we don't see their cockroach behavior. When we are divided, we take side. Our own alligator is, as Mr. So would say, our own alligator is the best because we are divided. Before they divide us, they make sure to degrade, dehumanize the other side. So when we're talking to them as their supporter, talking to the other people, we curse them. We don't respect them because the politicians have dehumanized them to us. So we have no respect for them. We don't even consider them as another human being. But in this situation, they made sure they took that one single issue and made it the issue for all Liberians. And not only that, they wrap it around Liberian pride. The same way, though, goddamn, Mama Musa then when they go play football, you wear that jersey. Don't come disgrace us. You play your best and you produce, whether they be you or not. But when you leave in the field and you wear white jersey that jersey better be brown. That's Liberian pride. And they did it here in this situation. But watch, I just read to you here. Go on and read this thing. They're leaving. Immediately after that, they started leaving the Liberian pride aside. And they started taking glory individually. They're not done yet. They're not done yet. This thing by the time tomorrow or day after tomorrow, it will take on a nasty tune. And Esau's going to start flying all over. So the
But
question that I keep asking Terry, and I'll come to you here. Hey man, don't watch my show. Don't watch my show. I can't waste my time. The question that I have for you, Terry, is why are we not able to use the same type of uh, energy? Let me put it in simple terms. Energy to make sure we resolve the raw issue in Liberia, to make sure we resolve um, uh, lighting condition, water condition, sanitary, all that kind of stuff. If we can come and win this thing, why can't we do the same thing for the other stuff? Let's hear from you, my brother.
yeah, Leroy, thank you for the show. I might leave early to go,
That's okay. That's okay. We know.
but
We
but
know.
I will come back. Tuesday.
One of the things, and let me just say this here quickly. You are a family man, but yet still you have interest for Liberia. And therefore, it's not that you're putting the Liberia above your family. That's not what I'm suggesting. But whenever we come out here, whatever opportunity you have, you come out and make your contribution. And I was just telling Alfonso last night, I said, you're one of those young people that I admire a lot, as young as you are. And they're
Thank you,
calling you LPR pastor. And then every day you come here. They call
political person.
yeah, political pastor. Every day you come here. And when you come here, you don't say anything bad to them. I admire you greatly because your temperament is too high for your age. Yeah. So, but anyway, guys, let's hear from you. Let's hear from you, my brother.
Yeah, but you see, what you're trying to say is about living in heaven, and we're not living in heaven. We're living in Liberia. We're living on earth. Politics.
I thought that says they're supposed to put Gary, put saying my Gary. Now you coming to put saying my Gary too, rescue too. What kind of business is to that?
Because you're talking things that people do in heaven. What you just said, that what people do in heaven, it don't exist here. Even in the church, your honor pastor, if you tune yourself, he will overtake you. He will
Wow.
remove you. He will undermine you.
Wow.
In the church, if you
Wow.
forget about yourself as a senior pastor, your assistant pastor will overtake you. Politics is everywhere, especially in our dispensation. Like you said, who told you that the politicians don't know how to do what is right to change the trajectory of the country? The people know. The people know. I was watching you last night for how you the excellent show. But these people know. But why they will not do the right thing? It's not because they are the one dividing the people. It's the people that dividing themselves to please them. So what they're doing, the politicians only follow the narrative of the people. Politicians do not, they don't divide. They follow the narrative of the people who divide. politicians follow what the people want. If you look at the elections, right? You saw Dara did on there swaying everybody. When you listen to that, what he said, what the people want is what we go for. You see, he said the people, young people, Hopako. She said the people told me that people came to me, they call me, they said, look, even though Mr. Cummings want me to go ascend, but the people want me. The people want me to go. That's why the people are telling Mr. Cummings. They say they want you to go as Senate running mate to President Booker. So the politicians have to understand the narrative of the people. They listen to the whispering of the people. And if the people want the divide, they give the divide. Because the divide will be the one that the people will use to propel them. So if you watch them, they always follow the narrative of the people. So you see, this is what is funny. So that what I was saying the other day, that we blame the politicians a lot, but to me, I don't blame the politicians, because we are the one that make the politicians great. We decide who they become. They don't decide it. We decide it. And they use our ignorance to make that decision for us. They thrive on our ignorance. They say everything that we want to hear without us understanding that they don't really mean what they're saying, because the way they live is different from what they're saying. We don't care to look at that. And we play a blind eye to the narrative, to what is going. So, Liberal, I just see it to be like what you are saying about former President and President Booker. President Booker needs to maintain that divide, because the divide helps him to helps his position. President, we are also have to maintain the divide, because it feeds to the narrative. That is what the supporters want. The supporters do not want the two people to come together. Even though they're acting like they're not friendly, but these two people are friendly. These two people are in the same fraternity. Do you know? The same fraternity President Booker in, that the same fraternity President we are in, former President we are. So the two of them can never be enemies. But their followers need that divide so that it can project, it can give them that political balance. That's what they need. The two of them in the same fraternity. Go and check it out. You will find out that the two of them, that is why all that thing President Booker doing will never persecute President We are. Take my word today. He will never persecute him. Why you think all the persecution story is delaying? These people are in the same fraternity. I know about Baptist people because I grew up in the Baptist church. There will be nothing will happen. You will not persecute. That whole 6 years of power, you will not persecute. Even President We are come back to power, you will not persecute President Booker. Take my word for it. Because the two are in the same fraternity. But the people will think that they are divided. Because if they don't give that narrative to the people will lose credibility in them, in the leadership. You think?
Yeah, go ahead. Let me ask you this then, Terry.
In my opinion, that's just my opinion.
No, but no, I see a lot of sense in what you're saying, and I also see that this is exactly what these people have done, not because they don't know, but I agree with you in that this is what the people want, and they're giving us what we want. Now,
let me tell you something about liberal. You see, in America, it's the same thing in America with the Democrat and the Republican. Look at Obama. Obama and Donald Trump sat together on the same bench during the funeral of, I know that, what his name?
Carter,
Jimmy Carter. And the two of them were throwing words at each other. And, people could notice that something was going on. But these two people sat together. During the inauguration, these two people were there. Joe Biden was there. But they act like they are divided, but they are not. When it comes to the ritual of the country, and the procession of what they're supposed to do for the better interest of the country, the whole. But when it comes to securing power, they pretend to their followers that they are divided. But when they get into office, most of the promises they make, they deflect. I was telling somebody today, I say, if you look at Republican and Democrat, they operate the same way. The only thing, the style of leadership is different. But they follow the same blueprint of America.
So let me ask you then, Terry. I believe you will agree with me that with the kinds of concept that you just lay out here tonight, which is true, I will agree, then there's no way we're gonna move up. There's no way serious development gonna happen in our country. Because the reason I'm saying this is if we're divided, I believe we will not be able to achieve great things as a nation. And this is just an example. If we were truly divided, what you're suggesting here, there's no way Liberia will achieve this milestone. But because the international community have watched us, and the representatives of these community that are in Monrovia are reporting back to their people, and they are saying Liberia are speaking with one voice, and because of that unity among us, that precede unity, for according to you now, it's a perception now, it's not real. But because we were able to show that, we were able to achieve this great milestone. But you're saying to me here now that even if these people try to unite us to work together so that we will do some great thing, that is not possible because the people, the supporters of these political parties, do not want the type of unity that we saw in this United Nations saga. Is that what you're suggesting, Terry?
That's what I'm suggesting. The Unity Party people feed on the disunity. The CDC, the seditionists, feed on the disunity. And the political leaders knows that, they understand it. So that is why they have to maintain that divide. Because the divide shows their strength, and it also shows who are loyal to them. They have to
Okay.
maintain it. It is a
Then let me
political strategy.
then let
And,
me ask you then, can they maintain that strategy and still, because true development
but
will come
Labour,
about
how
through.
do how do Democrats develop and how do Republicans? They develop. These people are divided in this country. The two political parties
Yeah,
on
but they
many
have
lines.
they have they have an underlining thread that holds them together.
I agree, but they are still not holding. They're still
No,
divided
yes,
on
I agree with you,
policies and
but
others.
there are certain core Democrat and core Republican that will say this is the red line we can never cross.
Right.
But Liberia doesn't seem to have that,
Yeah.
because what I'm suggesting to you is that, and I will just use the past election, because President Bakai, then Ambassador Bakai, and his people demonized George Weah so much that some of us, when we're talking to this man, the icon of Liberia, some of us don't even see him as human being, because these people were successful in dehumanizing him so much. So the question that I have, if you're saying this is what these politicians are hoping, and their supporters are giving them, and if they continue to dehumanize each other, when will the supporters themselves enjoy it? For example, Unity Party is in power. CDC people are struggling. They don't have job, many of them. When CDC was in power, they were going from, and I'm aware of it because my sister was affected. They were going from door to door to kick out Unity Party people. So this is the kind of divide that you're saying the leadership of the political party, they thrive on and they enjoy. So if this is how we're going to operate, do you see us getting out of this quagmire and being able to achieve great things?
Liberal,
And yet,
if
yes, the fear, another scary part. But go ahead, then I'll come on to the scary
yeah,
part. Go ahead.
I gotta go quick. Government can do great things if they want to do great things because they are in power and they control the natural resources of the country. They have doing great things is not going to affect your leadership based upon the political divide. Because in a nation, political divide will continue to. If there is no political divide, how would other political parties come to power? Labor, how would they come to power? Like you said, if Unity Party had not followed the crowd to stimulate all these things in CDC government, they would have not been in power today. If CDC do not continue to denigrate Unity Party today, to disgrace them and expose them in every other way, they will never get power tomorrow. And if the seditionists see, President, we are having communication continuously with JMB, they're going to think they're having meeting. Most of the sedition will start deflecting. Most of them will start deflecting. And that is not good. But anyway, I will join you back.
Yeah,
I have to
please.
go.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you, Terry. I appreciate it. So, Terry, just to us, folks, that in fact, and which it makes sense as well that the political leaders themselves they enjoy these kinds of divine and the supporters will continue to tell the political leaders, let's keep it divided. And my argument to you is this. My argument to you is this. Where is the line that is binding us together? And the reason I'm saying this is that for one whole year, my people, I didn't do it, but many other people, personal insult thrown at each of these political leaders. And in order for me, the way I see it, in order for you to get to that position, and the United States is very good at that, if they want to kill you, and you're somebody who's big up there in different country, they first of all dehumanize you, make you look like you're nothing, and there are people that have no sympathy for you. They kill you. Everybody say, yeah, but the men were bad. You hear the kind of news? This is the kind of system that we see being operated on in Liberia. These things, the point is, Liberia and Liberian mentality is quite different from that of the US. The US, many of the citizens are educated. Many of the citizens are sophisticated. They are able, they have the ability to compartmentalize issues. We don't. We have, from my perspective, we have one-way track. They say the man stole until you come and the people show that you steal, you are thief, no matter what. In fact, you know this. Right now, in the daytime, what I say, let them say thief and point their finger at you. Everybody coming to you. What are you stole or not? That's how we are. That's how we operate. These things are affecting my argument tonight in the last 2 days. My argument is this, it has been. These things affect our ability, our ability to come together as a group and formulate policy that will benefit all. Because of the divide, you have pro-poor agenda. Many people from Unity Party they degraded that process. And in fact, if you look at the rest agenda, they borrow from pro-poor agenda. Pro-poor agenda borrow from any on agenda. But they will not tell you this. This is the intellectual dishonesty that we continue to operate on in the Republic of Liberia that is affecting us. You have young Liberians that are not politicians, that are technocrats, but they cannot operate on these type of conditions. They cannot come up because in order for you to innovate, you need ideas. Okay, Clary, you will speak your own. You need ideas. And the idea must be supported by the group. You want to tell me all these years we got nobody in Liberia that is able to come up, except for foreigner, that is able to come up with, okay, we got rubber. What can we develop out of this rubber? We can't do it. I'll give you an example. So 2 years or so ago, I was in Liberia with my friend Victor. So two kids came by and they brought this concrete. Not this. It wasn't a real concrete. It was a plastic that they bind together, chemically bind together, and it was like a bricks, but very light, but durable, very strong, very strong. You can't bend it, but very light. You can hold it like this. And I believe if people were to invest in those kinds of stuff, you will have you will have something to do with it. You will have good use of that in a country of Liberia. So basically, I'm saying to you, there are people in Liberia, young people in Liberia, that can come up with idea, but they need support. But let's just give you an example. Right now, Unity Party in power, and I'll be ridiculous. So Jefferson Kochi comes tomorrow and come up with an idea that will save millions, millions of Liberian money. You think the Unity Party will take it? Idea from Jefferson Kochi. You think Unity Party will take it? No. They say wait for your time. When you are there, why you bring that idea that now you're ready to bring it to us? This is a divide. As a result, we've been hurt, seriously hurt. Here in this country, Terry made reference to political divide here as well. But guess what? If a Democrat have an idea that will save the country money, and the Republican people are in power, there will be some Republican that will say we're going to use that. It will save our money. They will go to bat for that person. If a liberal come up with idea to save money, they will do it. If a liberal come up with idea to improve the lives of American citizens, they will use it. But not in Liberia. And as a result of the divide, not only the politicians are very good at that and understood it very well, but the foreigners themselves, they come in and they see that we're not even together. They use that opportunity to extract our resources and go sell them for themselves and take the money out. And we will continue. Go look at Monrovia. Go look at Monrovia. Congested. People, they're like this. You want to tell me they're not smart Liberians in Liberia that will be able to, even if they're not able to resolve that, but I will be able to put a dent into that process? Is that a livable condition? Can that kind of condition be sustained for life? You're going to have a chaotic situation every day in Monrovia, and you think you're leading. You think you're a government for the people, by the people, and of the people? No, I don't think so. And this is what my argument is. But Terry, just like Sissy Goya, will come in and put same and Gary tonight. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. But perhaps it's mine, because in my own mind, I've been doing this thing here for almost 30, some 40 years of engineering. And you know, as an engineer, in fact, when you go to engineering school, when you're graduating, when your time comes for you to graduate, they give you project, but it's not an individual project. It's a group project. Maybe they put 4 or 5 of you together and say, here's the project. And each of you take a responsibility to make sure the entire project as described is successful. So say, for example, you're going to build a road. And you know in this road, what you're going to need? You're going to need sewer. You're building a development area. You're going to need sewer. You're going to need water. You're going to need electricity. You're going to need road. You're going to need storm drain, because the place that you don't want it flood. So all of those things are identified. Okay, there are four of us. Okay, you take that, you take that, you take that, you take that. And let's go find how we can bring this together to be one. And you can never do it if you are divided. You can't. The police not even talking to public work ministry. The public work ministry not talking to transport ministry. And because of their misunderstanding among themselves, you up to this time, you even get skill, weight station. And they say they're building these road, oh, but they have no weight station to weigh the trucks that are going to be utilizing these roads. They don't have it. They don't have common maintenance process because there's no commonality among us. Yeah, you can say the politician, of course they want to be in power. So I'm saying to you again, they would like that. In fact, they're enjoying the divide. And as Terry said, no, don't blame the politician. It's us because we enjoy ourselves. That's okay. That's okay. But I will say to you tonight, you keep all these kinds of stuff, the brain drain like bro will continue. Because many of the young people will not want to stay in a place that is so chaotic. The chaotic situation in Liberia is unbelievable. You can't live like that. The people say they're selling water. Sometimes when you go to a place where the people selling the water, when you see where the water come from, you will want to throw up. Why is that? Because we don't care for each other. We don't care for each other. Now, let me swivel that verse a little bit, and I will say this here to you on a very serious note because these things are very important. We have a let's have some context as we discuss these things from one point to another. Okay, so you're here. You say, okay, Mister To, what is it that these people can do that perhaps uh, would be beneficial to each other? Okay, so I said this. All right. So the first thing is, okay, you're gonna do this in a form of ally, and this is exactly what it is: political allies. But these are not real allies. These political supporters are not allies to the politician. The politicians are not allies to the supporters either. They are enjoying each other benefit, not necessarily because they are together. It's just like crayfish and fish. They all live in the same water, but they don't carry on the same purpose. Politicians want to be leading leader. Supporters want to enjoy from the politician. So when you have that kind of system, you will not call it ally. I will not call it ally. Okay, because ally, according to what I've been reading lately, is an action, behavior, and practice that people takes to support, amplify, advocate with others. That's not what you have in politics and political leaders and their supporters. Because a political leader will not go to bat for their supporters. Many of the time. Many of the time. And when I mean, you can see clearly when they become successful, they don't come back. And many of our Liberian politicians, when they win the election, they don't even come back to tell the people thank you. What kind of ally is that? What kind of allies is that? That's not ally. Allies are people who support you, and they will do everything possible to make sure that you are successful as your supporter. When they win, the allies now, supporter, the plebeians of the support group are left out. Only few are picked. Now, these few that are picked become privileged. And in order for you to be an ally, you have to use your privilege for the lower class supporter. We don't have that in Liberia. We don't have that in Liberia. You saw when CDC was in power, many of young CDC were tearing out the CDC t-shirt and throwing in mud because those few that were successful become privileged of CDC hard work did not come back to use that privilege to support the grassroots. The only person that I can say from my perspective that the many of the thing will be Monuba Monu. And that's why when Monuba Monu call for the protest or when Monuba Monu call for a gathering, see, these didn't show up in drove. They buy their own t-shirt because he used his privilege that he was able to get through CDC Howard to come back as an ally. You can say Monuba Monu is a true ally of the supporters. But many of the people, and you're up there. Look at Eugene Nabwe and are eating lobster. That Mimo campaign for you for Eugene Nabwe to continue to eat lobster. You heard that? That is the person who has used his opportunity, the privileged opportunity, and not come back to the people. Come back only when you want something. It's not an ally. That's not what we're going to consider as ally. And this is what we have in Liberia. This is what we have in Liberia because we do not actually have some sort of a support, okay, as member of your whatever group you call yourself, allied or not, okay, ally, okay. You're supposed to listen to your people, understand the different perspectives. They have what they call executive committee. And in their executive committee, the decision final. Whether you as a supporter, whether you like it or not, I'm not talking about CDC now, I'm being general now. So please don't come by here tonight with your CDC. And it's not just CDC. Look at Unity Party right now as we speak. Samuel Amos Twe, the State Secretary General, privileged, not coming back down. He's enjoying himself. The other Ruta or whatever that Pastor Ruta or whatever his name is, he's state chairman, working for the government. But the privilege is not coming back down. Those are not things you consider ally to one another. You're only ally because you want something. And as Terry correctly pointed out here, that the Liberian politician, they follow the supporters who in themselves don't want peace. Who well let me not go that far. Don't want unity among Liberians. They rather have a divide. And if you were to go deeper, there's only a few people. If you were to go deeper into the psyche of these supporters, many of them would suggest to you we would like our leaders to cooperate with each other because they are suffering. The rainy season coming again. Maria going to be flooded, but we are divided. Terry come back again to pour more Gary in my post more same Gary, but we are divided. No ally. They are not true allies. An ally, you're supposed to be as an ally. You're supposed to be able to say, okay, this is what I am. Okay, you use your privilege to insulate. You use your privilege as a privileged person within the group. You use that to insulate those who do not have the ability or who have not been privilege to enjoy those kinds of stuff. People are often unaware of their privilege and go. Sometimes some of these people they don't even know their privilege. They don't know that. But those that are able to recognize that, they don't come back. They don't come back. And this is what Terry is saying because of that. And our people refuse to understand and refuse to accept that those who are privileged, instead of coming back, they still consider them allies. Let's hear from you, Terry.
Yeah, Leroy, like something you just said, right? When I was coming out listening to you, you talk about Molu.
Yeah.
You see, Molu, why he say he declared protest, it came from the motorcyclists. So that is what politicians do. They look for the divide because they feed on the divide. The divide feeds the ego and the agenda. So he going now to look for where the people have problem with the government, and then he using these motorcyclists to present himself. How Darius Didon became a Monserrato senator today? It was because of the disenchantment with the people and the government, and they ride on that opportunity, had the biggest protest in the country, and that led to the people voting for Darius Dillon. All right, and Darius Dillon during that time he came with the slogan, the economy is in the toilet. He came with the slogan, Liberia is the only place that I cannot get deported. It resonated with the people because why? At the time, President Weah was distant from the people. There was a divide. And they capitalized on the divide and they used that to propel themselves. That is what politicians do.
Now, when you said distance, that is another definition that I just gave. President Weah recognized his privileged position, but he did not come back, or whatever it was, he was not allowed, or whatever it was, to actually insulate, use the privilege to insulate, to guide, to surround himself, to put every one of the plebeians in a bubble. But
Hmm.
he himself was in a bubble.
Right.
So this is the danger of it, because you have the privilege, putting a privilege in a bubble, and the
Hmm.
people outside that are struggling cannot get into that bubble. And as an ally, and this is why many of the politicians, they're very smart. Many of the politicians are very smart. But many of us, as a supporter, we don't even recognize that. These politicians supposed to insulate us as their supporters because we consider them an ally. Now, many of them will say, I'm advocating on behalf of my people. But when they get the position, they are no longer advocates. They are now privileged. But now you yourself said here, when you distance yourself, you're no longer an ally. Go on, Terry. Go on.
Yeah, that's just it. The problem is, today I listened to this guy, what his name, Eugene Fagon, and he sounds like somebody frustrated. He's getting frustrated very early, which I feel very disappointed that he feels frustrated because apparently he feels that Unity Party is distancing him.
Of course, they
Yeah,
will.
because since they opened the class reloaded, they haven't called him and all of that. But here's the thing: they can't call you because the class reloaded is almost like a halfway propaganda platform. You control
The state.
the state broadcast. They can't call you on that platform to go talk
Mm-hmm.
there
Mm-hmm.
because it would be like to say you are being compromised.
Mm-hmm.
But Eugene, is not understanding that.
And
Today
he
he was
will not
talking
understand that. He get upset.
posthumously, as he normally does, that, oh, I'm the biggest voice, and I'm the this and I'm the that. Then he started to go all on Unity Party. Then he say he's correcting Unity Party. He warning them. That is the expression he used. He warning them because he started to make some, you know, accusations about some Unity Party, few Unity Party members from in low class that are acting disorderly, that Unity Party failed to address against alliance members. So Unity Party, so he tried to print a narrative that the Unity Party is losing grip and control on the alliance, which is not true. Because all of what I see in what he presenting is himself. Because he feels distance from Unity Party. That's what I saw in him. He feel that they're pushing him aside, but they are not. And what he's not understanding is that the position the puppet gave him is a strategic position because the puppet knows that he have voice, he have the ability to speak. So the puppet put him in the power that he will be neutral, and be able to guide the media in the right trajectory. But he's not seeing that from that perspective. He's seeing it from a different level because he
So
wants to be in the fry.
so my brother, my good friend and brother, Eugene Falcon, my little brother, I would say, but he doesn't like me to call. He thinks he him and said the same. Eugene Falcon, you want to say we're not the same age. You're bigger than me because you got money and you got power. But I'm older than you. I'm from Total. I'm older than everybody. No, but on a very serious note, Eugene Falcon, what he needs to do is to re-examine himself, to say, I'm an advocate. Call it whatever you want to call it. But you have to re examine yourself because you can't just say you're an advocate and stay like that. You have to re examine because every one of us, we have these little biases, whether they're explicit or implicit, we have them. We have these little come out with all the problematic speeches and behavior, even though we say we are advocating for people. I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. I say I'm advocating on behalf of people from Total. The government here, the people, they're so wicked towards the people of Total, but we have to stand for the people of Total. We're advocating on behalf of the people of Total. The government was duly elected. And I'm saying I'm advocating on behalf of the people of Total. But yes, still I'm denigrating the government, the same government that I'm hoping to help the people. That is the problem. I should use my position. That is, if they know me, but they don't know me, they don't know my name anyhow. But if I'm in that position, I should use my privileged position to insulate the people of Total by first of all, going to people of Total and say, what is it that you think this government can do for you? And you don't do it in isolation. First, you examine yourself. What is my own prejudice and my own biases? Because when you are advocating for you be careful how not to inject your own personal feelings into these kinds of stuff. Because you are talking on behalf of somebody.
Yes.
That person has a character. And you're taking your character to help that person character. You have to be very careful, or else when you embrace that person character and that character becomes yours, you're in trouble.
Serious trouble.
Terry, serious trouble. And this is what we have in Liberia. Look at the how do you call it, access recovery team. These people think they're smart. Look at the asset recovery team. You were asked by the government to go after certain things, not for you, not for your people, but for the Republic of Liberia. And these people that you are going to, they are also member of the society. But they went in there as though these people were foreigners and they were taking something from our country. They will resist you. You approach those type of situation from my perspective to say, what do you have? Let's look at what you have. What's going on? It's not, for me, when you talk these things, it doesn't mean you are weak. In fact, the more you come across as somebody trying to find solution, it make you stronger. Because if you're successful in finding a solution, you are more stronger.
Yeah,
But if you fail, but look at asset recovery.
but the
Do they
labor,
look strong now? No,
no,
they're
but
weak.
the reason that asset recovery is weak is because of President Booker. I blame him for that. The
But
asset
no,
recovery,
no, Terry. These people, I agree with you in a sense, because he's the chief. But here's the thing here: these people that were involved, first of all, Terry, hey, we in trouble when they call you to be on the assets recovery team. If it was John Monu they call, you know what you tell them? What is a turn of reference? What exactly do you want me to do out of the assets recovery team? You
right?
have a long list of items defining your position through the eyes of the law, defining what it is that you're going to say, and you formulate your attack, how you're
But
going to
labor,
approach.
these things are things that when the woman employ you, you go and read. Even if you did not, you once
No,
you
that's
have
the point I'm making.
an administrative degree or so, you're supposed to already have a foundation.
That's the
So
point I'm making.
yes, you go and study. You
That's the
study
point.
what you can do and what you can't
So
do by law.
you can't hold my father anything because my
The
father told
reason
you to
I'm
go to
holding him because it is his executive order in force, and
yeah
the executive order have an expiration date.
yes
And the first executive order expired. He
yes
re he reenacted the order, and he did not take any action
yes.
on any member of the asset recovery team,
But
knowing that
yes,
the asset recovery team was performing poorly.
this is the thing. This is what I'm saying to you. Don't be Abu Kere. You're the young people. You don't I don't even know you know why I cover Abu Kere self.
I know where you got Abu
Because
Kiri.
Abu Kiri, there used to be a movie back in the 60s and 70s, early 70s, late 70s. It used to be it was a soul US show, but Abu Kiri. But and they also have a Chinese show, Abu Kiri. You always want to fight, but you can't fight. But for you guys, you call it Fako. How do you call it? Don't be a Faka. What Faka? Huh?
Fakao.
Yeah, you know, it's the same thing here. So if the people put you in there was a guy that were on Spoon. They invited him. He didn't go feet first. He took his time. And when he find out that many of the people were not ready, he took himself out very easily because they were not ready. You cannot get in these kinds of things where the emotional aspect of it controls everything else. And if you are
But,
not able, if you are
Mr.
not able to control your own emotion, you get the kind of mess.
Neighbor, let me tell you something about the Unity Party. The Unity Party do not, and that is where Eugene, the Unity Party, they are very seclusive. They don't let any other person. Once you're not part of them, they would distance you because there is a certain caucus. There is a mindset that they have that once you're not part of that cycle, you can be from different lives. You can join them. You can help them win election. Blah blah blah. They will distance you.
And this is where united people can defeat those kinds of ill-gotten ideas,
I
ill will that are not in the interest of the people. Because if you have that kinds of clique, their only interest is for themselves. And that's why many of us do not fit in that society right now. Because you go over there, the first thing they'll tell you that how we operate here, Mr. To, that the first thing will come from their mouth. You
got
either
you.
join them or you don't. So Terry, the point
That,
here,
that is why JMB put Eugene to the LBS to take him out of the whole Unity Party stuff. You see the class we loaded there? the information ministry is the propaganda arm of the government. The information minister can be on class below that, and you, the LBS director, be on class below that. No, it can be the information that is where the information minister go to display his power. That his terrain there, that his area there. You cannot be there. It doesn't show. It doesn't mean that the people ain't like you, but some way somehow they don't want you to be in certain area because it compromises your job position. But you see, my man is a kind of guy. Once he's not talking, he's not doing his propaganda stuff. He's not happy. He wants the people to be seeing him every now and then. And the kind of place you are in now, that is not what your job description calls for. Like what you were just talking about, term of reference. When you are employed, you have to, even if you don't know, take 3 months and study the job. Read, ask questions, go to veterans that were in your position before. Let them give you advice. If it call for you to spend money on people that they will teach you and tell you what's going on in the area, what have happened in the area before, and how to run the area. And you will begin to become efficient.
And this is the weakness of many of these politicians or many of these advocates and stuff like that. They're weak. Because in order for you to be strong, you must recognize your limitation.
Right.
Once you recognize your limitation, you will ask questions because you no human being want to be limited. But once you recognize your limitation, you say, okay, I want to be improved. I want to improve myself.
Right.
So how do you improve yourself? You ask questions. You're willing to learn.
Yes.
And the learning process should not be something that you consider to be demeaning. A baby can teach you.
Yes.
You will still learn it. And once you have that mindset of saying, bring it on, I will observe that. I don't care where it comes from. But here's the interesting thing. Once that process take hold of you, and you observe all of these things that come from different angles, and because you are now strong in that kinds of willpower, and I have that kinds of knowledge, and all of these people that they will all be looking physi to you. Because these are the same people that brought the knowledge to you. But you are utilizing that same knowledge they give you to improve the situation that they themselves were not able to improve on. You see where I'm going with this, Terry?
I understand. You get it. That's it.
That's it. But these people refuse. If I something to say, let me show you where you want to show me. I know the thing long time before you come here, man.
Like
in the meantime,
like the Guinea guy, what you talk about, the go and thing.
Yeah.
People who got it.
No, I want to put my ball on the put right now. They're helping my son. I want to put my ball on it. I will stay away from them. They're really helping my son. I will stay away from
that's good. That's
the corruption that in all the No, but no, on a very serious note, Terry. This is the problem we have. This is the problem we have. Okay, people who are unable to produce, but because they are close knit to the power to be, they were able to succeed in getting to certain position. But these people, they cannot produce well. They cannot function well in those positions because that's not their strength. That is not their area. But because they believe they can learn and do good. So they say, I will stay here, I will learn. Now, Liberian society does not allow you to be the boss and learn.
No.
Liberian society wants your boss, everybody reference you. They will not teach you nothing because the things say you know it. And once they start referencing you, your body, your intellectual self thinking, say, oh, I'm all then you like, yeah, no, wait, I don't want to talk to that one. I don't want to talk to that. Because you think you're all that. And they take you higher and higher when they're ready to move from underneath you.
But they will start running more on you.
Of
course.
It
that I ain't know nothing?
Of course. They reference you and talk about you.
Yeah, to your bosses. They will start telling your bosses about you.
Right.
Then they will
Right.
come to you and laugh with you, sit down, lecture with you. You
Right.
get in tea, you get in food, you everything. They will take it. But then once they can show you one or two things and they know you don't know it, they will
Yeah.
start undermining you.
On the money, and that's why many of these bosses don't want you to chill, don't
Yeah.
want to learn anything from you. But for me, I don't care. You go talk about me. I know it now. I know it before. Now I know it now. Go talk about me. You know, when you do that, when you have an institution and you make the people within the institution to be valuable, your institution would be thriving all over, would be successful. Because Terry, look at it. Think about it this way: when you're driving on the highway, you are alone in your car, but you don't want to have accident because number one, God forbid you have accident, nothing happened to you. It slow your day. That's the first thing. Second, God forbid anything happen, you will spend money. So when you're driving, no policeman behind you, but your eye on the side mirror, on the view mirror, and you're looking at your shoulder going like this. Why are you doing that? It's because you want to make sure where you go and you get there safely.
Right.
That's just human nature. That same behavior it carry on throughout your life. If you are put in a group setting, if you are put in a group setting, first of all, you identify what this group is about. Can my character, because you know your own character, can my character fit within that group setting? Yes, okay. Then the next question you ask, I'm going to a group setting. Do I have the ability to suppress my high intent or whatever you call it character? And if you say yeah, you will be successful. If you don't say yeah, the next thing you will hear the person say, oh, the man when he come anywhere, he want to be the hell. He not here, he want to be ill. That's not a good trait for as a human being. Let me open the line. I'm not here for psychology here tonight. I'm not here for kumbaya either. So let me Terry it bad. I'm a flower with anybody for a long time. Yeah. Give us a call this evening, Samson told Labra Pablo.
Because the phone, the brand you're using is for the city.
Yeah, yeah.
So
The
you give
person
me
who
flower with it.
yeah, no, the person who that CDC gift. So I can't
They
use CDC.
compromise you already. These boys are smart.
They had a meeting. They man always telling CDC, you don't do this. So right now I got no channel phone again. Anybody call me with thought nice thing, and people must say, well, not be plow again. But anyway, yeah, give us a call, folks. Samson to La Bropa Radio. We're here this evening having conversation. I hope you will give us a call and let's hear your own contribution. We're just trying to find means and solution of first of all. Okay, let me take this. Samson to La Bropa Radio. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Good evening, Mr. Two and Mr. Collins. I'm glad this is Koto Malayan. I'm calling from Jersey.
Thank you. Thanks, Sis Carter. What's on your mind, man?
Well, I just want to take this time to thank our president and also our foreign minister that made it possible today that we have this huge recognition today to be voted on the non-permanent seat today. And I'm so proud of our country by being successful for such an honorable seat. We can now proudly say that we are, accepted on the international scene. Unlike our past, we were known as a kleptocratic nation, and our officials were suspended, were then sanctioned. But with all of that today, we can come with smile on our faces, to say, "Hey, I'm glad to be, identified with Liberia again." So this is where I'm so happy today, to be known as a Liberian, not being ashamed of myself or my identity. And I thought I could just make this known on this station today to our people listening to us. I think we should be, in this matter, united. I saw some people, whether it's disenchantment or whatever it is, I think this is not time for all of this. Government is continuity. If there were any reason where even the past government had taken the initiative, this is where government comes in. Because if you leave people, initiate a project and then begin your own project, then we always have unfinished, you know, development or project undertaking. But that's not the case. I hate, when it comes to the good part, people want to take the glory. When the ugly part comes, other people don't want to accept that. I think what we should be doing, people want to take glory, let's fight the corruption cases, like you were saying. The asset recovery team. I have seen the asset recovery making a huge move.
Can you hold on? Can you hold on 1 minute, madam? Let me merge this caller, please. All right, go ahead. Continue, sis Carter. Go ahead.
Okay, for the access recovery team, we have our judiciary system, which is a separate government by itself, that have these cases that I delay. It is not the asset recovery team that is actually delaying with this process. I have make a follow up on these issues that you can see the very two major cases that they started on. They were all, pending a hotel at the judicial process. And the executive cannot go and push the judiciary to take to horror issue out. So we should be pushing the judiciary to make this move, because the executive have already passed the executive order, and now we see that it has expired, and then the next thing has to be taken. So this is where they should actually be trying to fast track some of these cases to see, where the library resources can, return. If they keep dragging on this, it delays the process, and the public go back on the government. I hear people saying the government. So the three branches are here responsible. If the thing is really the executive that will be taking the blame, I say some of us know that the delay will be from the judiciary. So
Okay.
that's what I want to contribute to this.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
College too much for this day.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's hear the other caller. Okay, sis Carter, you can just drop off so the other caller can come in. All right, next caller. Go ahead. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Yeah, thank you for the show. This is Drigo.
Okay.
Sometimes I want to call, but when I listen to my sister Koto, they are inside laughing. Every Koto. I know what I get job to start personally. You need to get job to start personally. Listen. How do I solve this celebrating this program or this sit down half? Or we don't want to make a politics, then they deliver a small to half this. You see the government empowered around. Listen. I listen to other relations you're talking about. Oh, you can do when in abroad, the African country, 32 countries, out of that 32 countries choose abroad because the president are in power that time, they wait for that to happen. If they can't choose it, you cannot get a seat. The seat started from 2022 and 2023. So when you're making it here, the politics is bad. And look at the issue. Mr. Toe. Mr. Toe, you cannot be fair. The government is not working. The government is still. Your president is in charge of the country. Instead of come out and say, oh, the president is not in charge, they're acting around the bush. The government is not in charge.
Okay, hold on. Let me merge the other caller, please. Hold on. Let me merge. All right, go ahead. Breakable, so the other caller can come in.
It's just for me, say, oh, the next time dancing. The same reason we are dancing. No, you should get away. We're not dancing now, no problem. The men dancing, all of no problem now, all of laughing. The men are done, you should be sleeping. Single man, the president, you not see me. Because the country money, you see the country money now, enjoy it. But you're not talking about one night.
Okay.
Every time you use a sleeping, but you're not talking it.
Thank you.
Carry.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. All right. Okay. Caller, you're next in line. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Hey, Bobo, how you doing?
Ah, Clarence. Thank you. Go ahead.
Well, now, I don't know why, you're a little bit slow on the show tonight. You're easy go.
Yeah, I don't have my power. I don't have my power with me tonight. Wow.
A little bit, the mental yesterday, I'm not seeing it tonight.
I don't have my power. I don't have my power with me tonight.
I see. Well, however, thank you for the show, but grateful that Nigeria were able to sit. And the glory goes to every Nigerian past and present leader. I don't want to be very, to be condescending tonight. But I say, right next year, that thank God that this government, the international community, are not distracting the government. The past government, they had need for them. I don't want to call the need for our brother them who are already displayed, they are waiting for the invasion. And they come after me tonight. But the fact of the matter here, last night I raised on a point here last night, you and Carter, we don't call Carter, you got on me last night getting it, and you never give me the chance. I called by, and you never give me the chance. Concerning the statement from the Justice Minister when he appeared on the past yesterday, he said all the court cases in the past 6 years under our city government, when they took over, even from the police department and the Justice Ministry department, all the five got missing. They couldn't find none of the five. And when I brought it on last night, you can say, class reloader or not the rightful place for the Justice Minister to appear. And knowing further what the class reloader was used during the political campaign and getting the same class reloader the Justice Minister appeared on. And the minister will increase the 6-month period. They will tell Nigerian the truth about what happened in Nigeria. Go back to the play yesterday and listen to it. So it shows nobody is pointing a finger at CDC to do the draw of the act. But how they say, you with the court say you should wear it. So to a minute. Someone should go down to me. Those that were killed in our incident, they are Nigerian. Their family are still grieving over their death. Someone will bring it up, then someone will come in defense and get the past regime. I don't think they're being fair to those people who lost their family. But however, I know we thank God tonight that the country is peaceful. We all should come together to celebrate this day today. Thank you for the show, Mr. Dewey.
Thank you. You'll be the last caller anyhow. Thank you very much. Terry, close out so we got out of here early tonight.
Old men are sleeping.
Yeah, so actually, we all celebrate the seat, even though we got distracted and we went into the Liberals menu for yesterday. But we celebrate today because we know that it was already, planned. God have already destined Liberia to win that seat. And I don't want to give the former president that much glory as the way seditious are doing, because when you initiate something, it doesn't mean you lay the foundation for it. Sarah Beslo Yanti, all thanks to God first and to her motivation, she led the troop to that thing. She launched the bid for the position. She launched the bid. I know President Weah initiated it, had a conversation on it, but he was not in the position to launch the bid because his time elapsed. But she did launch the bid. She launched the bid. She ran after it. She got it off the ground, and she made headway with it. And the road President Weah told him to come, and suddenly he dismissed it. And they are all complaining that why President Boga did not recognize President Weah, right? I think that is the president's discretion, because if you dismiss my we call you Huh?
As a request.
Yeah, you dismiss it. The time I needed you the most, we reach out to you just to give a little stuff. You dismiss it. The former president came, other people, and the poster with the president on it, the former president, Madam Shirley, is there, and all the other people who participated. President We are phase two could have been there if he would have honored the request from the foreign minister. Unfortunately, he did not do that. Last minute of time, he supported the process. By that time, the job was already accomplished. And now your surrogates are complaining why the president didn't recognize you. Then they say they call that division. How in the world will you call that division? Even if it were me, I tell people, I say, even if it were me, I would not recognize you. Because the time I needed you to support me, you were not there.
But you pastor. Why
Oh,
you get that kind of mind?
labor.
Yeah.
So wait now. So Pastor, this you see, one of the things people always mistaking is that courtesy should be given to the person who deserves it. All right. It doesn't mean I hate you. It doesn't mean you're not important.
Okay.
But when
All
you
right.
did not contribute to the process, don't
Right.
expect me to elevate you, to recognize you. No, I'm not going to recognize you because you did not contribute to the process that time. It doesn't mean I hate you or I don't like you. I'm sorry, but I have to recognize the people who were with me in the struggle, who identified with me when I needed them the most. That is normal human phenomenon.
But let me
Right.
ask you this while you're closing. President, we are, according to the story, initiated this whole process. So if it was you knowing this fact, if this fact is even true, will you still not recognize him because he did not come in when you needed him?
Like I said, I will not recognize him because he did not honor my request when I needed him the most to stand and throw in that thing. And more to that, he's a formidable opposition candidate. He's the major opposition candidate in the race against me anyway. So, but if it were me, I was not like I said, I would not recognize him because he did not honor my request when I needed him the most. I'm not going to recognize him. It doesn't mean I hate him. It doesn't mean I don't like him. It simply means that he was not there for me when I needed him. So why should I recognize him when I get the glory? So I think the president, to me, that in no way shows divisiveness. It shows courtesy. The president granted courtesy and respect. He honored, he praised those who were with him in the fight to the end. And that is my choice.
Was Joseph Jigging robber in the fight?
That was his choice of the category of personality he was trying to describe in a specific, relating to a specific event.
Edwin Barclay?
Yeah, it could be he was trying to relate to a certain event that these characters, the role they play at a certain time. So again, the crafter of that speech I cannot say whether they did the right thing or the wrong thing, but the way they presented the speech could have been driving a narrative in a role that these two characters play at a certain time that was significant to what he was trying to address. So I really don't know, but people jumping on what they play, the president you are, that is the narrative that sedition want us to carry. They want us to say that, oh yeah, President, we are, there were so many projects that Unity Party initiated that when President Weah came to power, he took on and they labeled it as CDC projects. There were many projects they labeled today as CDC projects. Those are projects that Unity Party have even taken on again and they are doing. But my last thing I wanted to say is that to Honorable Facon, the position that I think President Boka gave you is a very unique, strategic position. It's a legacy position for you. That position alone gave you the authority to do a lot of things. You control the entire media. You don't need Unity Party solidarity or Unity Party people coming to bring you somewhere, like one little small boy to go speak on something. No, you are your own. You have the whole broadcasting system under your control. You are in charge. All you need to do is to do what you do best, and that's it. But I don't want to believe that Unity Party people may be trying to distance themselves from you, and they look at you to be somehow. I think the warning was not necessary. Why? Because he contradicted himself. He spoke about Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Just what he said about the girl, that the girl, she ranting. There was be some Unity Party young people who feel disenchanted. They will attack the alliance because they got job. That what comes. The Jeremiah Kun said, these things comes with the job. Not every Unity Party who say things against alliance member, you will get angry. Then you come on social media and start ranting at Unity Party people for that. You are the one exposing your government because of the position you're in. That Queen girl, that girl can talk anything she wants to talk. Nobody get time for her because she's a young girl. More to that girl is not even in a diplomatic position. She's not a minister, she's not deputy minister, she's not director. She in one day they gave her. So why you running behind that girl? So in my opinion, that girl was not the issue. He wanted to address certain issue of himself, and he brought the girl inside. Because that girl is not an issue for Unity Party for you to be discussing, and then you start putting the people who bought us up. That was unprofessional. Thank you, Libra.
Thank you. Again, thank you, Terry. We say good night to you as well. Please let's join Mr. So tomorrow, and let's continue to be the counterweight on his show, and make sure he doesn't come and talk on a tabata that he can't handle. We're gonna help him out. Thank you very much. Again, folks, Samson to Terry, thank you. I'll say good night. Again, folks, Samson to Labra Pabrito. Want to thank all of you tonight that call in, make a comment, what have you been watching, whatever area you are. Let's continue to pray for one another. God is great, and we want to thank all of those that participated in making sure Labra gained these milestones today. Thank you very much. And I would say good night to all of you. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. Good night, folks. Samson Toe. Liberia Public Radio, that is.
Seigneur, Rachel de Kibo, je adé. Oh, abrené, gogo, nyaliwa, banyo, nyaliwa, korapam. Abre gogo, nyali. Abre gogo, nyali, Stefan Soko. Oh, abrené, nana, amagre, mera, gogo, nyaliwa. Stefan Soko, ya korapam. Aïe, gogo, nyaliwa. Amana vere kasawa. America vere titi papa vere sa seri peke. Ayo yuje bayo, ye sikre kama pa, sikre la play. Oye la gogo nyali, are bayo e koro bravo. Hey gogo nyali, awo. Taba sise yo wo are na vere ni paka. Taba sise wo are na vere ni. Why? Ale na you ya koro bravo. Abile godo nyali. No so ma de jogure. Pamro alo. Ade wa ba bere wa sa ke. Wa ba be. Apa wa ma ba ni. Ni ama. Apa wa ma ba ni. Apa la so wa gbe la ba yo. Abi na ni ka ba